Strike. I'm the Managing Director of Helix Resources. I'm at our Cambalago copper project with Brett Rankin from HPM Geophysical. Brad and his team are here doing a downhole geophysical survey, measuring the conductance down of the rocks around our drill holes. We talk about this a lot in our ASX releases, downhole electromagnetics, airborne magnetics. The background is that measuring the conductivity of the rocks is a very successful discovery tool for copper deposits around Cobar. Not all metallic minerals are conductive, and not everything that's conductive is an ore body. But in the Cobar region, it has been very successful. For example, airborne electromagnetic surveys, it's how the Constellation discovery was initially found. Helix completed over 2,000 line kilometres of airborne conductivity measurements or electromagnetic surveys over all of our prospective mineralised trends, and this is a really important prospecting tool for us to be able to rank and prioritise our prospects. But at the project scale, downhole conductivity surveys down the drill holes are a really important way to vector into mineralisation when you've got the right mineralogy, and in this case we're chasing copper mineralisation and it appears to be conductive. Could you just give us a bit of an overview of what it is that you and your team do here?
So in this case we're pumping in 200 amps of power. Where we get our power from is we turn the power on, it ramps on and it ramps off really fast. In the ramp off period, the ground gets flushed with the electromagnetic field and creates a secondary field. In the off time, that secondary field, which is the conductor, in this case copper, will collapse over time. So what we're looking for when we're reading the survey downhole is we're looking for the collapse of that secondary field. So in this case, as we work our way down the hole, we get a decay, which is amplitude over time. As we get closer to the mineralisation in this case, we'll get a longer signal because the conductor is able to hold that signal for longer. So basically we run down, do a ZXY survey, so we get a 3D image of what the conductor is doing. Sometimes a lot more complicated than that, but in this case we have a 600 metre by 450 metre loop out, single turn loop.
And that's a loop sort of designed by a geophysicist around the drill hole collar, taking into account the geometry or the interpreted geometry of the mineralisation.
Yeah, so it's pre-planned, yes. And generally we get that plan early, so I can come back and say there's some culture problems on the surface, there may be fences or shipping containers and things like that. So then if I've got information to go back to that consultant, he may adjust it, or we may just survey the way it is. So in this case, we've been here for a little while, so we sort of know where everything is. So this loop has been set up for a mineralisation that potentially could trend either left or right of the hole, which is what we really need. So in this case, we've surveyed the daughter hole, and we've got a beautiful off-hole conductor. We surveyed the upper section of the hole, or the parent hole, which didn't give us any result. So the conductor had a good XY result, and we've drilled a second hole off that original parent hole. So hopefully the results there will actually steer us in, or steer the drilling in, to be able to intersect that mineralisation.
Okay, so from a geological perspective, we're very excited by these downhole EM results because they actually reflect some of the highest readings and some of the largest scale model plates that we've ever had on the project.
Yeah.
So what we look forward to seeing next is as you go around the different activities, putting the probe down the hole and laying out the loop, and that'll sort of, I think, bring the activities to life. But hopefully it serves to give our stakeholders, our investors, landowners, etc., an idea of what it is that we're doing when we're doing these on-ground downhole electromagnetic surveys.